Alright, as a English teacher in Thailand last year, I remember I had so many problems as a teacher for adolescents, specifically my 9th grade class. They were a wild bunch that were, for the most part, it's generalized, disobedient. And I talked about in the previous video about this, about the one 9th grade boy where I brutally reprimanded during the parent-teacher conference that happened in July of 2019, August, when I met his parent, his mom. Just going off about how terrible a student that is and how unwise of a decision I made to be so direct in talking about my true feelings about this student, which I won't get into. So a couple weeks after this, it was the beginning of the school day. One of the other teachers, my fellow teachers, walked into the teachers department, the English teachers department, where we all had our desks. He was making comments about how it was about these 9th graders again, and one of them, this time, decided to, on his phone, write the F-bomb on his phone. It's right up on his phone case. And he is waving it around in the school's cafeteria, showing it off to his friends. And this teacher continued saying how bad of an influence this student was being, as it wasn't a good idea to be showing this around to his classmates. I think we all agreed on that. Despite even many people thinking that these 9th graders were a lost cause, but going beyond that, the vast majority of students in this school, they were elementary age students, so having them being exposed to these English profanities at such a young age, when they're 8, 9, 10 years old, learning bad words in English. He was saying this English teacher, my fellow teachers saying what a bad influence to put it away. So as the school day continued, I had my class with these 9th graders during the afternoon. And after the class, I remember I called this 9th grade boy out, the one with the F-bomb on his phone, and I asked him to follow me into the teacher's room where all the Thai teachers were, all of his teachers. I asked him to present himself to his homeroom teacher. I began asking him, why do you have the F-bomb on your phone? You're such a bad influence, you are this, that, the other. And to use English to explain yourself. And when he just simply glared at me, I raised my voice more and more to the point where I was practically shouting at him inside of that classroom of teachers, that room of teachers. Continuing by saying, perhaps you could respond to me if you had been paying attention in class. You'd be able to use your English. And afterwards, as he just continued glaring at me, he eventually just stormed out of the classroom. And the Thai teachers there, they soothed me, saying, "Oh, you don't have to be angry," and which kind of annoyed me because I didn't feel like I was being angry. I thought I was doing something that was just. And after this boy left, the homeroom teacher, seeing that I was making a scene, so to say, set up a meeting between myself, her, the head of the English department, the principal of the school, and these 9th graders. Nothing was brought up against me, saying they didn't say I did anything wrong. I think they could see that I was trying. It's just basically to, the long and end of it, they needed to pay attention in class, to respect their teacher, which they've been told on and on and on about. This time is just different because they were actually going to a meeting, so to say, with the principal, which did improve their behavior somewhat. But that's not the point of this video. The point was my behavior of bringing this boy into the classroom full of teachers and basically ending up shouting at him.
Alright, just to wrap this up, when you have such a big reaction to people, it's like akin to someone rubbing salt into your wound. You have a big reaction. Other people, the less savory parts of society, will see that and try to take advantage. So sometimes it's smart to play it smart and keep your cards close to you so that other people won't see your weaknesses. So in my case, you have such a big reaction to one student writing an F-bomb on his card, on his phone. I mean, well, that shows that there's something wrong and something that's upsetting you. And it goes beyond just the classroom. If someone is just irking you and you explode at them, have something that's highly emotional, well, that is, again, you're going to be showing a weakness. So I'll cut it there, and that's all I have to say right now.